Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going over the news that Dusty Johnson will officially announce a bid for South Dakota governor. Representative Dusty Johnson, according to the article from Politico, will announce a bid for South Dakota governor on Monday, according to two people granted anonymity to speak about their private conversations. Johnson, who has served as South Dakota's sole House of Representatives since 2019, has been a key player in major deals on Capitol Hill in recent years as the head of the Main Street Caucus of the Republicans. Johnson, long expected to mount a bid for higher office, will make the announcement in Sioux Falls. Johnson is the 8th House Republican to announce a run for higher office in 2026. Representative Andy Biggs of Arizona, Byron Donalds of Florida, Randy Feenstra of Iowa, John James of Michigan, John Rose of Tennessee are also seeking governor offices, while Representatives Andy Barr of Kentucky, Buddy Carter of Georgia have announced Senate runs. So this is pretty big news for South Dakota, where this election right now, the way things stand, there are two Republicans running, with Toby Doden, a retail and real estate executive, and John Hanson, the Speaker of the South Dakota House of Representatives, is running, as well as a running mate with him, Carla Lems, as well. With this announcement pending for Dusty Johnson, Johnson will be entering this race. It should also be worth noting the current incumbent governor of South Dakota, Larry Roden, has publicly expressed interest in running. Tony Van Hoosen, the lieutenant governor of South Dakota, is also viewed as a potential candidate. I don't think he would run if Larry Roden were to enter this race, but of course you never really know. The early polling that's been done so far, there's one poll from Mason-Dixon polling back in the middle of April that showed in this election, Dusty Johnson starts out with a narrow lead at 28% over Larry Roden's 27%. So a statistically basically tied race, only a 1-point difference here, but a very close race to start out. 27% of the vote saying they were undecided. Marty Jackley in third place with 18%, John Hanson 2%, Toby Doden 4%. So certainly this is very, very interesting here starting out. Seems that Johnson and Larry Roden would start out as the two main candidates in this race for how this all could go down. What's interesting to watch for is the decision of Dusty Johnson and Larry Roden if they both do decide to run. Obviously, I expect Larry Roden to enter this race. Once Larry Roden does and Dusty Johnson both in this race, do we see any of that undecided 20% vote and future polling go to one candidate or the other, or is this going to remain a very tight primary going into the general election? Because let's face it, South Dakota is a very Republican state, so the general election probably won't be that competitive. So what happens here is going to be the most important part of things right now. So far, Robert Arnold, a college student, is the only Democratic candidate declared running. Cook Politico, Inside Elections, and Sabla Crystal Ball, all of the state listed as solid Republican, and it's really not too much of a surprise. South Dakota in 2024 voted for Donald Trump by 29 points at the presidential level. The governor's race in 2022, Kristi Noem was able to win it by 26.8%, so a very safe Republican state in 2022. 2018, it actually was very competitive. Kristi Noem only won it by 3.4%. So it's possible South Dakota can have competitive governor elections, though I'd expected much more to be like 2022 than to be like 2018. Johnson, just for his own electoral history here, Johnson won by 44 points in 2024, 55 points in 2022, and 62 points in 2020. 2018, Johnson won by 24.3%. And before that, Kristi Noem actually represented South Dakota at large. So this is expected to be a safe district overall, or a safe race overall. My most recent governor prediction that I did, I gave South Dakota safe for the Republicans, and I will be keeping that for the purpose of today's video and this prediction as well. But I thought this news was very interesting. Make sure to leave a comment below, tell me your thoughts about this news. Thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you in a future video.